I don't want to go to sleep. What if I have that horrible dream again? I don't know what to do about it. I tried to talk to Grandpa, but he just told me to toughen up. Why can't I have a dream that has a nice ending? Or even better, why can't nice things happen to me in real life, not just a dream? But oh well, I guess I just have to keep looking after myself, number one. I need everyone around me to know that I am important, that I need to be respected and listened to. And I will do all I can to make sure that happens. And maybe I will have to leave the light on so that hopefully the bad dreams stay away tonight.
I didn't even know that I was needing rescue. The threats and the dangers I couldn't see, I was heading right to. I needed help, but I didn't know. Needed saving from an evil foe. But I didn't even know that I was needing rescue.
Mr. and Mrs. King, I appreciate you taking the time to come in today.
Of course.
Jack, I know we have already spoken about this, but can you tell us now why you think we're all here?
It's because Kade is a bully, and I stood up to him.
So can you clarify for us what you did in standing up to him?
Well, I put his football boots in a different place, and I, maybe dropped his school bag in a puddle. But he made up a story about me having a sore ankle, and he gave me 2 flat tires on my bike.
Jack, is that standing up to him, or is that being a part of the problem?
Well,
Did your actions make the situation better or worse?
maybe a bit worse.
And how are you feeling about this now?
Not very good.
Jack, in life, we are unable to control the actions of other people. We can, however, control our reaction to them.
Yes, Jack, we have all been given the freedom to choose what we do in life. The choices we make will always have consequences. It is important to think carefully about what may happen as a result of our actions.
Adding fuel to the fire can cause the situation to grow out of control.
Jack, I would like to hear from you what you think should happen now.
What I think should happen?
Yes, Jack.
I should, apologize to Kade and stop doing mean things to him.
That sounds good, Jack. Anything else?
Well, I don't know how to stop him being so mean to everyone.
Well, remember, Jack, we can't control the actions of others. We can only control our reactions.
But what do I do when Kade's being a bully?
Jack, think about some other ways that you can react to Kade. So far, you have tried fighting back and starting a war. Did that work out well?
I think it made things a bit worse, actually.
So what else could you do?
Well, I can't trust him. I know that for sure.
Jack, how can you treat him?
I guess I could try being nicer to him, but he would probably still be mean back.
You know, Jack, it is actually really hard to be kind to someone who doesn't show kindness back. It takes strength and determination. Getting along with others is a valuable life skill. It is important to stand up for what is right, but not by becoming part of the problem.
So, Jack, what are you going to do?
Well, there's no way I'm going to trust Kade, but I will stop being at war with him, and I'll try not to react to him. But if he's picking on other people, though, I will say something.
Jack, remember that we are all here to help, and that is why we are having this meeting today.
Well, that went better than I expected. I suppose I have been rescued from a full-on war with Kade. I'm glad because being at war with Kade has actually been pretty stressful. I don't think I will ever be able to trust Kade, but I can choose a better way to react to him. It was pretty interesting listening to what Mrs. Jones said in the library today about all those kingdoms, and now living in the time of those iron and clay toes. But there's another kingdom coming, one where there will be no more wars and issues and problems, the one where the King of Kings will be in charge, the ultimate rescue. I like the sound of that one. It's gonna be an amazing kingdom where the King of Kings will reign. No more disaster, problems and pain, where the King of Kings will reign. The enemy defeated, what a wonderful day. The ultimate rescue, what a wonderful day. It's gonna be an amazing kingdom where the King of Kings will reign. No more disaster, problems and pain, where the King of Kings will reign. The enemy defeated, what a wonderful day. The ultimate rescue, what a wonderful day. It's gonna be an amazing kingdom where the King of Kings will reign. It's gonna be an amazing kingdom where the King of Kings will reign. Where the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, yes, the King of Kings will reign. Kade, I'm sorry that I hid your football boots and put your school bag in a puddle.
So you should be. That was not very nice, Jack. You should know better than that.
So, are you gonna say anything?
I just did. I said what you did was not very nice, Jack.
But you also did unkind things to me, Kade.
All I did was defend myself. I have to look after myself because no one else will.
Well, I'm sorry. Can we call off this war now?
That will depend on you. As I said, I was just defending myself.
Hey Jack, how did you go with your meeting?
Better than I expected, Jono. I tried to apologize to Kade, but he doesn't seem to think he had any part in anything, that he was just defending himself.
I think it's like my dad said. There's a big battle going on between good and evil. We need to choose which side we are going to be on.
I was in the library today and Mrs. Jones was talking about the book. She told us about this dream that a king had, and the dream was actually about what was going to happen in the future.
Did you say something about a dream? Can you, tell the future from a dream?
I don't know, Kade. I heard that in the Bible there was a king who had a dream, and the interpretation of the dream showed what was going to happen in the future.
I sure hope the dream I had doesn't come true. It was more of a nightmare.
The way to true happiness is by following the plan I have for you. The battle around you is real. You need to choose which side you will be on.
Dad, we went to the library today at lunchtime and Mrs. Jones showed us the statue of King Nebuchadnezzar's dream.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, that dream is telling us about the future.
Yes, I remember a bit about this from our men's Bible study group. King Nebuchadnezzar was the head of gold, the first kingdom.
Yes, that's right. But he didn't like the idea of his kingdom not lasting forever.
So he made his own version of the statue. Let's have a look at what happened.
King Nebuchadnezzar, the king of the most powerful nation on earth, sat back on his throne and reflected on his recent dream about the giant statue.
So, I am the head of gold. Well, that's appropriate. Gold is the most precious of all metals. But what is about this thing, my kingdom becoming overthrown by another? No. I don't really like the sound of this, no. I want my kingdom, the kingdom of Babylon, to last forever. Yes, I think that the statue should maybe have been made totally of gold. Yeah, that's an idea. Fully golden statue, yes. Oh, I think I could build a huge, fully golden statue. Statue showing how Babylon will last forever. Haha, yes. That's exactly what I will do. I will build the most amazing golden statue anyone has ever seen. And this statue will show all who see it how strong and powerful I am. Yes, that the nation of Babylon will rule the world forever. So King Nebuchadnezzar had a huge statue built on the plain of Dura in Babylon. This statue was 30 meters high and completely made of gold. It was enormous. It was impressive. King Nebuchadnezzar was very pleased with it.
So he built a completely golden statue? All out of gold? Isn't that expensive? That would have cost a fortune to make.
Yes, it would have.
King Nebuchadnezzar not only wanted people to see it and be impressed with it, he wanted more.
King Nebuchadnezzar summoned all the important officials, governors, judges, and magistrates from all different provinces in Babylon to come to the dedication of this statue. He wanted everyone to acknowledge that he, King Nebuchadnezzar, was the ruler of the world. He wanted everyone to bow down and worship this golden statue of himself, showing that his kingdom, the kingdom of Babylon, would last forever. The day of the dedication arrived. All the important people from around the world gathered on the plain of Dura. Daniel was away, but his 3 Jewish friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, were there, standing with all the other officials on the plain of Dura, looking at the giant golden statue. Then the king's messenger told everyone what the king had decreed they all do.
Nations and peoples of every language, this is what you are commanded to do. As soon as you hear the sound of the horn, the flute, the zither, the lyre, the harp, the pipe, and all kinds of music, you must fall down and worship the image of gold that King Nebuchadnezzar has set up. Whoever does not fall down and worship will immediately be thrown into a blazing furnace.
Meshach, Abednego, this sounds like a big problem for us. We will only worship the true God, not a statue or an idol.
A hush came across everyone as they all looked at the magnificent golden statue of King Nebuchadnezzar. Then the music played and everyone dropped to the ground, bowing and worshipping the king and his statue. Well, everyone, that is, except for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They remained standing. Some of the astrologers noticed this and quickly came forward to tell the king.
King Nebuchadnezzar, may you live forever. Even though you have just issued a decree that at the sound of music, all must fall down and worship your image or be thrown into the fiery furnace. There are some Jews, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who pay no attention to you. They will not worship your gods or the statue you have built.
What? Bring them to me at once.
Uh-oh, sounds like trouble for those 3.
Yes, and a big decision for them to make. Should they compromise on what they believe and know to be true, or should they do what the king has ordered?
Well, the king is going to throw them into a fiery furnace if they don't.
So what should they do? Bow down and save their lives? or stand up for what they believe and lose their lives.
Wow, that's a really tough one, Mum. They could just pretend to trip over each other and make it look like they were worshipping the idol, but not really worship it.
Would that be staying true to what they know is right?
No, not really. Well, I'm pretty sure they stood up for what was right. Is that what actually happened, Dad?
Let's look at what happened next.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were brought before King Nebuchadnezzar. Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, that you do not serve my gods or worship the image of gold I have set up? Please, I will give you one more chance. One more chance. When you hear the sound of the horn, the flute, the zither, the lyre, the harp, the pipe, and all kinds of music, you must fall down and worship the image I made. You must. Because if you don't, you will be thrown immediately into the blazing furnace.
King Nebuchadnezzar, if we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God we serve is able to deliver us from it. But even if he does not, we want you to know, Your Majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship the image of gold you have set up. We only serve the one true God.
No! Make the furnace 7 times hotter than it usually is. Guards, tie these men up and throw them into the furnace. You will see what happens to those who refuse to obey me. I am King Nebuchadnezzar, the most powerful ruler of all times. The soldiers firmly tied Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. But as they threw the 3 men into the fiery furnace, the heat was so strong, the soldiers fell to the ground dead. King Nebuchadnezzar was watching closely. Then he leapt to his feet in amazement. Weren't there 3 men that we tied up and threw in the fire? Why can I see 4 men walking untied and unharmed around in that fire? Explain this. The fire is so hot. My strongest soldiers have been killed by just getting close to it. And the 4th man, strange. He looks like son of gods. Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, servants of Most High God, please come out. Come here. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came out of the fire. The governors and royal advisors crowded around them. They saw that the fire had not hurt them at all. Not a hair on their head was singed. Their clothes were not damaged. They did not even smell like they had been near a fire.
Oh, I am so glad that they were not hurt. Yeah, me too. They sure were protected.
But remember what they said, that even if God did not save them from that fire, they would still believe in and follow him. They chose to do what was right, no matter what the consequences might be.
Yes, it is important to always choose the right path. Choose God's way. Never compromise on what you know to be true and right. In everything you say, in everything you do, no matter what the situation, always remain true. Never compromise, always do what's right. Never compromise because God is on your side. Never compromise, always do what's right. In everything you say, in everything you do, no matter what the situation, always remain true. Never compromise, always do what's right. Never compromise because God is on your side. Never compromise, always do what's right. Never compromise, kids. Because remember, God is on your side.
That's right. Never compromise. Always do the right thing.
King Nebuchadnezzar had been very proud. He had wanted to be the best, the greatest, the most powerful. But now he realized that God of heaven is the one true God. Building a golden statue did not mean his kingdom would last forever. Just like in his dream, one day his nation would be overthrown by another.
In that dream he had, God showed Nebuchadnezzar the future, right? But he wanted to change it by building his own golden statue.
But remember the very end of the dream? The God of heaven was going to set up his kingdom, a wonderful kingdom that would never be destroyed.
And this is the great news for all of us to look forward to.
So when was the rescuer going to come?
If you're asking about the first time the rescuer came, it was during the time that Rome was the most powerful nation in the world, the legs of iron.
The first time? You mean the rescuer has already been here? And he's going to come more than once? I want to know all about this. Can we look at more about this in the book, please?
Lots of questions, Mel. We sure can look at more about this. But not tonight. It's bedtime for both of you. Off you go.
Okay. I suppose I can wait. I do really want to hear about it, though. Yeah, I want to know more about this too.
I didn't even know that I was needing rescue. The threats and the dangers I couldn't see, I was heading right to. I needed help, but I didn't know. Needed saving from an evil foe. But I didn't even know that I was needing rescue. Needing rescue.
I need